Hey guys, let's go to part 3 of this sketchbook series. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Okay, so part 3 of we are looking at my sketchbook. So next we have these. This is part of an animation that I was planning. I did the animation, but I can't really show it right now. We are waiting for something. This, you know who made this. You are probably watching this video, and I would just say that it's a very cute sculpture that exists, and I was drawing this character based on a concept of somebody who knows who. Okay, so it's a concept. The concept is not mine, the drawing is mine, but not the concept of this dog-like creature with like some sort of sauce, chocolate or something dipping from the ears and tail. We have more drawings of this, and I even made a sculpture on Blender. I will search for the sculpture and share here. This is part of the part of the animation, and this is that same concept, but I kinda placed some color on it as well. The drawing is mine, the concept is not mine. We here have more of that animation and planning, and here is that character. I was trying other colors as well. I was starting to figure out watercolor. I used watercolor here as well, and on this drawing too. This is watercolor. So I was starting to figure out this one is much better than these. Let's go back to these here. When I first tried to figure out watercolor, when I noticed that I was not good at it, here I was starting to figure out watercolor. Even made some bushes here. This just a scribble, and this is that character again, that same character with different colors, a macaron as well. Here I was starting to think much more like an elf or some sort of fiery, like macaron is what, this big, so this guy would be very, very small. Still planning that animation. This is an abstraction as well, with some shapes that kind of resemble something, but I was trying some watercolor that I bought really, really cheap. It was like 100 yen, so that's in Brazilian reais, that's about 5 Brazilian reais. So it was the cheapest watercolor that I found, and I regret buying. Oh, this is interesting. I was talking to some people in Japan, and they didn't really know where Brazil was. They didn't really know where the United States was. And in Japanese, when you say United States, you don't say United States, you say America. So that's why there's an A over here, A for America. So I was explaining, okay, so America wa kochi, Canada wa kochi. So this is United States, this is Canada, Brazil is over here, and we have all these other countries along the way. So they asked, okay, where is Mexico? Okay, Mexico is here. And I was explaining this. It was an interesting afternoon. This is part of a project, and this is just the real size of a place where a small sculpture would be. So I just got to this place, and I did this with the pencil, and that's it. That's what it is. Over here I was planning something that I don't really remember what it was, but it was not that important. Something about I just remembered. I was explaining about here is a building, top of a building, a person who wants to jump and comes here outside the window on the building, things like that. This is the planning for a drawing that I made. Somebody requested me a drawing of an aquarium with fishes and a couple, and I was trying to plan on the size and location for the fishes and things like that. It was watercolor. There will be a lot of these on the next pages. This is still that animation plan. This is my second sketch for that request. And on this page we still have that animation planning. For instance, these sketches are kind of hard to understand if you're not if you're not me. But this is like somebody holding a sword, and this here is the camera, and the camera will focus on this and will be sliding slowly through here. That's why there's an arrow here. This is me still planning on the size, location, and I was still trying to figure out this couple. This is the sketch for a character of a friend of mine. I'm the game master for this guy, and we are playing Dungeons and Dragons on the setting of Humblewood, which is a setting where there are bird people and humble folk and bird folk. Really good setting. And there's a lot of cute things as well. I will place the link for the setting on the description. This guy is a barbarian strig. And I started to make the model on Blender, a low poly model. This is another character, same campaign. The brother of that friend of mine is playing with this guy here, which is a Luma bird as well, but it's a bard, and it's playing some sort of flute. Here just sketches. I was figure out a lot of things. Flamingos, but I didn't finish. I was trying to figure out how to make the water on that aquarium drawing. This is a sketch that I made in 1 minute. That's why this arm is smaller than this arm. Because I was trying to finish in 1 minute or 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I guess. 5 minutes to draw this. This I was still trying to figure out how to do the water with the watercolor. Still trying to figure out the water and starting to take shape on where the fishes would be, the size of the couple. This was me testing the watercolor. This was an abstraction that I was making. Battery is only 15%. This was an abstraction that I made with watercolor, and again testing the gradient, the gradation of colors. Just a pair of eyes. A lot of tests with watercolor. Tests on how to make plants, mountains, and this kind of thing that I like to draw and paint. Oh, I never really showed you the finished drawing, right? This was my final sketch. After this, I decided on how to do, and let me show you right now the finished drawing. And this was the result of this request. This I've started to make, like I was trying to make mountains here, but I got interrupted and never finished this drawing, but it would be a lake with mountains and things like that, sky, but I didn't finish it. Oh, here we get something interesting. So I have a podcast. I use it to have a podcast. I still have the account, but it's been a while since I posted anything with a group of friends. And each of these friends have a character, has a mascot. So these are the mascots of each one. This is Kerberos. I forgot what animal this is, and this is a tavern keeper, and this is me. So what we did, I was doing on the computer, but because I didn't have access to a computer, I did all the drawings on the sketchbook, took a picture and sent to the software. So we are going to see those kind of things. So we were at the beginning of the pandemic, so I was thinking about making mine with a mask as well. And here I was thinking about what would be the best controller to buy for the Nintendo Switch, the Pro Controller, the Joy-Cons, etc, etc. Here I was testing some different colors, and here we have the first drawing of that podcast. The podcast link will be on the description, and we will have a few sketches that don't mean anything, me planning on how to lose weight with more sketches, me planning this channel. I was planning this channel at the time, and I was kind of like drawing as well with watercolor. Okay, this will be blurred because this is me planning my RPG, but I can show you this. This is just me drawing, still thinking about that running game. After all these years, I kind of had the idea, okay, what if it's a muscular guy? Okay. And thus, we do have this, which is also the podcast, guys, and since it's Gabriel's, each of these has a different personality. This one was looking at this rose. And over here I was planning something to do with wood, and but I didn't really. I was trying to explain how a window would have a draining system. It already exists, as I was just explaining. And this is another of those I was just drawing. Some of these drawings you can see me drawing on the podcast, which there will be a link in the description. Some of these I was drawing on the go. Blank page. And another of those podcasts, this guy is eating popcorn. Yay. Watching a TV show, because at the time the person was watching a TV show. This will be blurred, but I can show this. This is also part of the podcast, a podcast about Super Sentai at the time. I also made this drawing on the go, I guess, so you can see me drawing. And from here, let me see, I cannot show you these because these are some personal annotations that I did. But yeah, there are things like addresses and things like important things in when I was names of people and from school and books to search for because of projects, things like that. So that's it. That's my sketchbook that lasted for 4 years. And that's it. And that was the final part of this series. I made these videos on because I'm kind of parting ways with this sketchbook, and I wanted to leave this video as some sort of memory as well, not just like things that we do here might not matter to a lot of people, but to some people they do, and it's important to it's easy to get lost on your way during life. So I just hope that this video works as some sort of memento or some mark to some people that are close to me, and to others that might look at this and maybe look at other people's work and notice that there's always a story behind everything. So yeah, I hope you guys like it, and you guys see me later. Bye.